Manuel Lopez sits under a tree enjoying some shade and remembering days gone by. His family looks after him on the farm they've lived on since one October day in 1962, the day Soviet soldiers arrived carrying strange weapons he had never seen. He was forced to leave the farm that had belonged to his ancestors. The Soviet officer got scared when he saw our pigs, he laughs. He was afraid of their grunts. That is about all Manuel remembers of the events that brought the world to the brink.
35 years ago, these mountains shielded the site where Soviet missiles were poised, ready to be launched against the United States. This was the epicenter of what was considered to be the most dangerous episode of the Cold War.
The Cuban Missile Crisis. All of Cuba had been mobilized. The country's leaders expected an invasion from the United States. President Castro was as defiant as ever, mobilizing the country in the wake of a thwarted invasion by CIA-supported exiles at the Bay of Pigs. The Soviet Union sent hundreds of intermediate-range missiles, some armed with nuclear warheads, to Cuba.
We were convinced of the danger, but we were also convinced that Cuba was in danger of being invaded. The escalation was caused by the American plans to invade us.
Gerardo Tavares was one of the young men and women who took up arms. He says he was glad when the Soviets brought their guns.
The only thing we felt was that we were being supported by the socialist camp from a powerful neighbor that was trying to turn us into dust by using military superiority.
Few say they felt afraid. Omar Lopez was 12 years old at the time.
For me, it was just a diversion. It was a lot of fun to see the Russians and all that.
35 years later, Omar still uses some of the scraps of military hardware those Soviets left behind. He's built a fence to keep his farm animals inside their pen. The Cuban Missile Crisis came and went. Now the Cuban authorities still feel threatened by the United States, mostly because of the economic embargo. Old Manuel still sits under his tree, feeling threatened by nothing, not even his memories of the crisis past. Harris Whitbeck, CNN, Santa Cruz, Cuba.